the molly, I'm going off the weed. I do what I want and I do as I please. And if you don't like it, hotel it to these. It's easy.
What is up, YouTube? Saucy here with another video. First, I want to apologize for not uploading recently. I got a bit lazy. But today I want to talk about CA and the changes that they're making, and my opinion about the changes and how I think they can fix combat arms. So anyways, let's get right into it. If you need help accessing the beta, all you have to do is open up your Nexon launcher, go to all games, and go to the end of the list of games, find the beta test, and install that, and you don't have to enter anything. But you do start out on a new account, and I believe you get like perm name color, perm background color, and some other things for your account during the beta. It is not for your current account, it is only for the beta account, so I just want to let you guys know. After playing the Phase 2 beta, it didn't look like the game was going to be lasting much longer, and I think the majority of the community would agree with me. And I planned on making a video on how I think they could fix the game with just small things, but after reading these Phase 3 update notes, it looks like they actually listened to the community and they are actually heading in the right direction, so that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So just to give you a little refresher on why I thought the Phase 2 beta was really bad, it seems like in the HUD there was too much going on and it was too distracting, and the graphics were really bad. It seemed like a Minecraft shader mod and it was just disgusting. It was so bad. I honestly don't know what Nexon was thinking releasing that in the first place. Also, for the ranked / matchmaking games, it felt like there wasn't an objective, but now I feel like they have implemented something and it kind of seems fair. It looks like they have the right idea, but we'll see how it goes during the beta. One of the new features that they added to the Phase 3 beta is there is now a normal matchmaking and a hardcore matchmaking, which I believe the normal matchmaking you can use any gear and weapon, and for the hardcore they have certain weapons that you can use, and it's not like the PCM mode that they do have in Combat Arms now. You can use NX weapons, it's just a certain amount of NX guns that you can use, and you can only use I think you can only use a certain amount of gear, which I think is a good idea because for the normal matchmaking, if they were to keep that the only mode for matchmaking, I feel like it wouldn't work out because Combat Arms is a pay-to-win game, and if you want the more competitive scene, then you definitely need to put some rules down, kind of like how you do the CAGL and the CGL, and now I believe it's like called Go For or something. So I really think Nexon did a good job with that, and it looks like they are heading in the right direction with their matchmaking system. So another huge thing that they did change is there is now a new default weapon and a new default vest. The default weapon now is the MK18 Mod 1, which does 35 damage. I don't exactly know how good it is, but I think that's really cool that they did change the weapon because the M16 kind of got really boring. And the new default vest is called the Field Vest, and I don't think there's any speed on it, but there is a plus 25% protection. So I think that's really cool that they did change the new default weapon and new default vest, so good job on that. They also made huge improvements to the new HUD and the kill cam design. It looks like they really cleaned things up and made things a lot more transparent and cleaner, and I really like the way it looks. It looks a lot better than it did during the Phase 2 beta. I'll put some screenshots of what they posted on the CA site on what it looks like now, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. The only thing that I could say is they should probably change the way the kill cam is. I don't really like how they have like that gray outline box. I just think it's kind of too much and wasted space, but anyways, it looks good. Another thing that they added to the matchmaking system is they added map groups, and there are 2 map groups for elimination, 2 map groups for Elim Pro, and 2 map groups for one-man army, and this is so that your weapons and gear are suitable for each map group, because a lot of players did complain about not being able to switch your gear and stuff in between maps. So after the launch of the beta, they will be retiring 2 modes, which are Bombing Run and Season Secure. Also, they will be retiring some maps. They'll be removing Battle of City Center, Dark Forest, Deadly Dunes, Death Row, Lunar Labs, Red Canyon, and Silent Warehouse, and also Treasure Ship. I think that is kind of good. Part of the reason that CA is dying is there's so many little things that need to be removed from the game, and also modes that people don't play, maps that people don't play. It just seems like some of the maps that they released in the last few years, they don't really put effort into them. Another thing is that their most popular map that is played on the game, I believe, is probably Oil Rig, I would say, and it wasn't even created by Nexon themselves. It was created during a map making event a while back, and I think that's just kind of says a lot about how the game is going. It seems like they just poop out maps and they're just really awful to play. So hopefully they do focus on making new maps and maybe even implementing new maps to certain modes. Like personally, I'd love to see I believe it's Slaughterhouse, Piazza, maybe Power Surge and Quarantine mode. I feel like those would be really fun maps for Quarantine, so hopefully they do look into that as well. Some other fixes and changes that they added to the beta is they are going to be keeping the traditional Common Arms accolades, and they updated the shop interface. The GFX effects have been updated, which is really good. So hopefully those look good. We'll see in the beta. And they updated the character models, which is much needed. So that looks really good. So a lot of things that I had to complain about and how I think they could personally fix the game has pretty much already been fixed, it looks like, and they're definitely heading in the right direction to fix the things. But one of the major things that I do think they need to focus on is the lag back, like when you're running through doors and stuff. Um, you always end up going back through the door, and it just gets really annoying and frustrating, and it should not be in the game, especially when the game's been running for, what, 8, coming up on 9 years. Another thing is they need to focus on fixing the register. Also, maybe looking into better servers. I know that the global server is probably one of the major reasons that this game is still running. It is always active, and there's always channels full, like all 5 channels. I do think they need to look into getting better servers and maybe putting some global servers onto the North American side. That way us NA players can also play in the global servers, because I myself, I mean, I know it's not going to help much because I live in Alaska, but you know, getting a 2 ping in the global servers, and it's not even a 2 ping, it's like a 1 ping, to be honest, to me, is really annoying. And I think if they were to put some servers in on the NA side for global, it would really help with other players from NA playing global, and it'd bring the game back definitely. Another thing that would be nice to see that has been talked about for years is maybe buffing the champion gear. You play the game for so long and you get so high rank, and you get the M9 champion, M92 champion, the champion backpack, and the champion cap. And it's really the backpack is probably the main reason why I think they need to buff it. It's like 2 slot, I believe, and minus 10 speed. That's just, I don't understand why it's like that. I do think they need to make it like 2 slot, maybe minus 3 speed or minus 5 speed or something, because nobody really uses the champion backpack, and it's a really nice looking backpack, and I definitely use it if it had better stats. Another thing, maybe buffing the M9 champion. All the M9s are the same weight, which doesn't really change anything with the M9s, but like I said, the champion gear looks really nice, and I feel like people would definitely use it more if they buff the stats and stuff like that. Another thing is maybe bring back Emod, but if anything, put it like a higher rank at like maybe Colonel or even GUA. I don't care. Personally, I'd like to have Emod on all my accounts, just because, you know, there's hackers and people and make certain rules in rooms and stuff like that, and it'd be nice to have it back. So. Also, I do think they really need to look into smoothing out the maps and updating textures and make it look like a 2017 game. And they are doing that, hopefully with the new GFX and the graphics and stuff that they're releasing in this new beta. They do look nice, but definitely that is on the list on things that they really need to focus on. Another thing is, I know that they removed the spec weapons and stuff like that, and I wouldn't mind them back, but maybe just nerf a few of them. Some of them weren't too overpowered. But if they're going to be keeping them permanently out of the game, I do think they need to focus on removing Crusher, which is mainly, personally, what I think ruined Quarantine. A lot of Quarantine rooms and games, you go in and it's everybody just spamming launchers, and I do think it is because the Crusher, it has so much health, and you have to pretty much use, like, I think it's like 2 to 3 nades to kill a Crusher, and an RPG shot, and it's like 3-4 launchers to kill it, and people just spam automatically when they see it, and then it eventually grew into spamming everybody once they're zombies. I don't really mind Striker too much. It's kind of just like a normal full zombie, so I don't really mind it too much, but I do think they should remove the Crusher. Also, once everything looks good, I think after this beta, hopefully if everything goes well, they should focus on advertising the game and bring new players and more players back into the game, and I think it'd become a popular free-to-play game. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be uploading some Phase 3 beta gameplay, so be sure to check back on my channel in the next day or two. But anyways, you guys, thank you for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.